something to me remembers things. Hands no rhythm, my mind can't trace. Like I've been shaped by another place. There's a fire in me I didn't light. Still it burns through every night. Call it memory, call it true, but it don't feel new. They don't know, they just arrive. In every breath still something to me remembers things. Hands no rhythm, my mind can't trace. Like I've been shaped by another place. There's a fire in me I didn't light. Still it burns through every night. Call it memory, call it true, but it don't feel new. They don't know, they just arrive. In every breath that keeps me alive. I'm not walking alone. I feel the near in every doubt, in every tear. They left their footsteps in my soul. Now I'm following what I don't know. Every choice got a ghost behind. Every dream ain't fully mine. I am the voice they couldn't be.
The water carries me. Through the gateway I meet those who walked before.
Mobile, Alabama, circa the 1830. Before there was Alabama, before there were ports, plantation, railroads, or cities, there was water. Water carried trade, carried dreams. Water carried sorrow. And here, where rivers meet the Gulf, our journey began. Father God, Mother God, Mother God, all that is in you is in us. Please protect us from the top of our head to the bottom of our feet and all around us. Gratitude to the divine and our ancestors, Ashe.
The road bends toward the water long before you ever see the city. The air carries the scent of the Gulf. Marsh grass sways in the wind. Rivers, bayous, and waterways seem to appear from every direction before emptying into Mobile Bay. Nothing about this landscape feels accidental. Everything moves. Everything connects. Everything leads somewhere. In 1830, Mobile is one of the fastest growing cities in the Gulf South. Ships toward the harbor. Merchants negotiate contracts. Cotton moves through warehouses. Wagons rattle through muddy streets carrying goods towards the waterfront. Opportunity is drawing people here from every direction. Yet beneath the visible growth exists another story. A story carried by people whose names rarely appear in official records, but whose labor helped build the city standing before us.
Welcome to my oracle room. Let me tell you a story.
Set them free. I walk in rooms I've never seen. Still something to me remembers things. Hands no rhythm, my mind can't trace. Like I've been shaped by another place. There's a fire in me I didn't light. Still it burns through every night. Call it memory, call it true, but it don't feel new. They don't know, they just arrive. In every breath that keeps me alive. I'm not walking alone.
Child, before you ask us about this city and ask us about these docks and the ships resting on these waters, we ask you to pay attention to the ground from which your thoughts grow. Every journey begins there. The mind can become many things. A prison where fear repeats itself until it sounds like truth. A marketplace crowded with opinions of strangers. It could be a cave where old things echo through the darkness, or it can become fertile ground where possibility takes root and grows beyond what the eye can see. You are standing in a season of creation. Every thought is a seed. Belief is a seed. Word you repeat is a seed. The question is not whether you are planting. It is what are you planting? People spend their lives scattering weeds and wonder why they're surrounded by thorns. Other plants hope, gratitude, courage, and vision are remain patient long enough to watch the harvest arrive. Guard your mind carefully. Every age carries its own distractions. In our day, there were rumors, fears, warnings, and voices trying to tell people what was possible and what wasn't. In your day, those voices arrived through glowing screens and endless streams of information every hour, every minute, every second. If you consume fear, division, you will begin to divide yourself from your own purpose. Be careful of the crowds that gather around judgment and gossip and the temptation to cut another person down because their mistakes or failures. Envy whispers that what they have should belong to you. When you celebrate lack, you invite it to your table. Instead, fill yourself with the thoughts that give life. Imagine a world larger than your circumstances, opportunities not yet arrived, goodness arriving from directions you never expected. The Creator did not build a universe of dead ends. The world is far more connected, but we see things differently from where they stand. What appears separate to you is connected to us. Every choice touches another choice. Every life touches another life. Every prayer goes further than you think. Every possibility, every relationship, every lesson, every opportunity, and every turning point shines. People spend so much time trying to force outcomes that they miss the pathways glowing around them. They become attached to the outcome and forget to ask how they wish to feel when they get there. So we ask you this: who are you becoming? Who are you becoming? If it's peace, practice it. If it's abundance, practice gratitude. If it is freedom, begin thinking like a free person. The path becomes visible when your spirit recognizes where it's already headed. Some of you already know the path. Some of you already know the road before you. You already felt it. You already heard it. You already sensed it. Yet you keep searching for permission, asking for another sign, hoping for an easier road. But the road calling your name is not crowded, and it's not familiar. The path before you is unmarked. It simply means that it belongs to you. Old answers cannot solve every challenge. There are going to be moments when your spirit must leave the well-traveled road and step into the territory that it never walked before. That is where discovery lives. That is where revelation lives. That's where you're going to meet parts of yourself that are waiting patiently to be found. Travel light. Carry only what has proven trustworthy. Carry wisdom, faith, discernment, gratitude. Leave fear where you found it. Leave approval where you found it. And leave chaos where you found it. Your heart already knows more than your doubts are willing to admit. Trust what it knows. Ashe.
Chimaka Essentials, House of Blessings, Herbs and Flowers for Diabetes-Focused Wellness. At Chimaka Essentials, we believe herbs and flowers can be a beautiful part of your wellness routine. Today I'm creating our circulation support oil. This blend was designed to support circulation, skin integrity, nerve comfort, and inflammation, some of the major concerns many people living with diabetes experience. We begin with a carefully selected blend of arnica, calendula, cayenne, cinnamon bark, ginger root, and rosemary. These botanicals are infused into nourishing olive oil, then finished with a touch of vitamin E.
Each ingredient is chosen with purpose to create a comforting massage oil for daily self-care.
Our circulation support oil is wonderful for the feet, calves, and hands. It encourages warmth and healthy blood flow while creating a soothing massage experience. For best results, massage into the legs and feet daily, especially after a bath or before bedtime. Chamaka Essentials. We believe herbs and flowers can be a beautiful part of your wellness routine.
Chamaka Essentials, House of Blessing.
Chamaka Essentials, House.
I walk in rooms I've never seen. Still something to me remembers things. Hands no rhythm, my mind can't trace. Like I've been shaped by another place. There's a fire in me I didn't light. Still it burns through every night. Call it memory, call it truth, but it don't feel new. They don't know, they just arrive. And every breath that keeps me alive. I'm not walking alone. I feel the near in every doubt, in every tear. They left their footsteps in my soul. Now I'm following what I don't know. Every choice got a ghost behind. Every dream ain't fully mine. I am the voice they couldn't be. Now they echo through me. Why do I ache for things only mine? Why I am the voice they couldn't be. Now they...
I have to blend in. Keep moving, don't draw attention.
This way, hurry.
Almost there.
The waterfront is the heart of Mobile. Ships arrive carrying goods from distant places. Cargo moves constantly between vessels, warehouses, and markets. To business owners, the harbor represents prosperity. To investors, it represents wealth. To politicians, it represents growth. But the harbor carries another reality as well. Throughout the...
All aboard! We depart for New Orleans at dawn's tide. Heave-ho, lads! Get this cotton aboard, quick!
expanding cotton economy, Mobile becomes an important link in the domestic slave trade network, connecting the Upper South to the Deep South. Families arrive here. Families depart from here. Some journeys.
Careful with those crates, mind the contents. Aye, sir. Heavy load. Check for dampness in the burlap. All dry here, sir. Easy now, lads. Watch that barrel. Move through the change. Quick now. Great.
Bring opportunity, others bring heartbreak. Every ship entering the harbor carries a story, and not all of those stories end happily.
Welcome to my oracle room. Let me tell you a story.
The ancestors have answered the question through me to you. Their response is, I looked at these waters and I remembered. This is the first thing I want you to understand. Memory lives in places and people. In song, sometimes you call it intuition, you can call it deja vu. You find yourself standing somewhere and cannot explain why your spirit feels familiar with ground your feet have never touched before, yet it is there. a feeling, a knowing, a whisper moving through your heart. These waters carried memories long before they carried ships. They carried prayers, grief, hope, longing, promises. They carried people who were trying to remember themselves while living through circumstances that threatened to make them forget. You see, life asks each generation to remember what matters. Yet many become lost in that. They become so focused on surviving the day that they forget to listen to their own hearts. They forget wonder, beauty, the song that belongs only to them. We call it recognition, your soul recognizing itself, the spirit recognizing a path when the call comes. Don't turn away from it, answer it. Opportunities arrive only once. Invitations arrive as well. Transformations begin with nothing more than a feeling that there must be more than this. We saw the truth reflected in these waters every day. The tide reminded us that life moves. The current reminded us that standing still is an illusion. Every river eventually finds the sea. You stand at your own crossing now. Every generation does. There comes a time when the familiar can only no longer carry you where your spirit needs to go. Only old ways of thinking stop working. Old answers stop fitting, and the old mask is too much to wear. You reach the riverbank and discover that the person who arrived there cannot be the person who crosses. Do not fear that moment. Honor it. The crossing is preparation. You are meeting yourself. The darkness beyond the river is there to reveal what daylight has hidden. Many spent their lives avoiding that crossing because knowing what you already know feels safer than going through a transformation. Safety has imprisoned more dreams than failure could. When you look at these waters, what do you see? We saw movement, surrender, people learning to trust things larger than themselves. There are seasons when effort is necessary and when action is required. But there are also seasons where wisdom demands something different. There are times when the problem will consume your attention, and that's not the real problem at all. There are times when your attachment to fixing, controlling, and managing every outcome becomes the very thing preventing resolution. The river teaches another lesson. Release, trust, allow. Move what is unfolding instead of fighting everything. Not everything is yours to force or to repair or to carry. Some things belong to time, growth, and belong to the Creator. The river knows this. That is why it never argues with the sea. It simply flows towards it. While you travel, learn to balance. People believe balance means everything remaining perfectly organized and under control. We laugh at that because life has never worked that way. Life is movement and adjustment and adaptation. It's learning how to dance while uncertainty stands beside you. Half of what you're holding on to will always feel unfinished, and half of your questions will remain unanswered, and half of your plans will change before they come to fruition. But yet you go on. You adapt, you learn, you grow. That's balance. Balance is saying yes to life even when you can't see every step ahead. It's also using what is already in your hands rather than convincing yourself that you need more before you begin. It's also about trust. That what has been given to you is enough for the next step. There are moments when mystery will appear. It will call it coincidence or fate. We know it as an invitation. Light appears at the edge of the path. Something will catch your attention. Most people see it and keep walking because the familiar feels safer, but some stop because they're curious, and some will step into the unknown. There are people who discover treasures beyond certainty. Mystery is not your enemy. Neither is the unknown. Your next level oftentimes is here. What feels frightening oftentimes becomes freedom once you step into it. When we look at these waters, we don't merely see ships. When we look at these waters, we don't merely see ships. We saw movement, transformation, crossings, and people becoming. That is what we want you to remember. Listen for the song, honor the crossing, trust the river, find your balance, follow the light into the mystery. The path may be unfamiliar, and the current may be strong. The destination may be hidden, yet the spirit already recognizes the way. Trust what it knows. Ashe.
Smoke in the air. She been healing while she right here. She don't chase what's ready. She aligned and it appeared. No,
Holistic Royalty by Kells uses herbs and flowers for diabetes-focused wellness. Introducing the Sugar Support Tea Blend, crafted to support natural balance and vitality. Embrace with wellness. At Holistic Royalty by Kells, we believe herbs and flowers can be a valuable part of a healthy wellness routine. Today, I'm creating the Sugar Support Tea Blend.
Every ingredient serves a purpose. Together, they create a flavorful herbal tea designed to support daily wellness and digestive balance.
This blend was carefully formulated to support metabolism and digestion, two areas that are often important for people living with diabetes. We begin with cinnamon chips, Gymnema sylvestre, fenugreek, nettle, bitter melon, hibiscus, holy basil, hazel, and ginger. Each herb was selected for its traditional wellness supporting properties we're going to support within this carefully balanced.
Every ingredient serves a purpose. Together, they create a flavorful herbal tea designed to support daily wellness and digestive balance.
For preparation, steep the blend for 10 to 15 minutes. For those who prefer a sweeter cup, a small amount of stevia leaf or orange peel may be added.
The Sugar Support Tea Blend is designed to be enjoyed after meals, as part of healthy lifestyle and wellness routine.
Your health journey belongs to you. You live in this body. You decide how it's cared for. You choose what story comes next. We are leaving the waterfront of Mobile and on our way to the Alabama Black Belt, circa 1830. To the cotton fields, I walk with the ancestors.
Mobile, Alabama, circa 1830. As cotton production grows, the demand for enslaved labor grows with it. Entire communities become tied to a system that measures human beings according to economic value rather than human dignity.
Beyond Mobile lies the Alabama Black Belt, a region whose rich soil would generate tremendous wealth through cotton production. Investors see profit, plantation owners see expansion, merchants see opportunity at every acre. Drink up. We'll need it.
How much farther today?
Till dusk. The trees go on forever.
The horses are ready.
Help me! I'm stuck!
I got you. Lean on me. We're almost there. Keep moving. These fields are coming along. More pickers needed. The cotton's opening. We'll be ready.
Leave the waterfront and travel inland. The noise of the harbor fades behind you. Forests open into farmland, roads connect settlements to rivers and trading centers. Beyond Mobile lies the Alabama Black Belt, a region whose rich soil would generate tremendous wealth. Through cotton production, investors see profit, plantation owners see expansion, merchants see opportunity. Yet, every acre brought under cultivation requires labor. As cotton production grows, the demand for enslaved labor grows with it. Entire communities become tied to a system that measures human beings according to economic value rather than human dignity.
Welcome to my oracle room. Let me tell you a story.
The ancestors have answered. This is the message that they send to you through me, Ashe. Child, what people misunderstand is that they think they know us because they know what was happening around us. They see fields, labor, and records, and see the transactions. They see the laws. They decide they understand the people. But a person's circumstances and a person's spirit are two different things. We lived beneath many expectations and learned quickly what faces were required in certain places. We learned what was expected, what was acceptable, what was dangerous, what was necessary. Every generation does. Every generation wear masks. Now, don't misunderstand us. A mask isn't always a lie. Sometimes it's protection, survival, and it's the difference between getting through the day and creating more trouble than the day already holds. After wearing a mask long enough, some people forget it isn't their face. They forget who they are beneath it and begin living according to everybody else's expectation and lose sight of their own nature. That happened then, and it happens now. You have people walking around pretending to be who they think they should be instead of discovering what they really actually are. They ask permission to become themselves and wait for approval to explore their gifts. They wait for the world to tell them who they are. Child, if we had done that, much of what survived would never have survived. Sometimes the greatest act of courage is allowing yourself to become unfamiliar to the people who only knew the old version of you. You are not fixed. The Creator made living things to grow. Growth requires discovery. Discovery requires curiosity. Curiosity requires movement. How can you know what resonates with you if you never step beyond what is familiar? How can you know what brings life to your soul if you never allowed yourself to explore? Some of you have convinced yourselves that the person that you've always been is the person that you'll always be. We are telling you otherwise. Life is larger than the box that you have been handed. Try things, learn things, question things, explore the parts that you have kept hidden because somebody else didn't understand. Your essence remains the same. The expression changes and spirit remains the same. The experience expands. And while you're doing all of that, Stop being a messenger for bad news every waking hour. Everybody already knows what's wrong and what's broken and what people are afraid of. Fear spreads itself just fine without your assistance. We are not asking you to ignore reality. We are asking you to remember that possibility exists alongside reality. When the horseman rides into town, he brings the news. Sometimes the news is a warning or an opportunity or a reminder. Today the reminder is simple. Stop announcing defeat before the battle has begun. Stop predicting failure before you have taken the first step. And stop telling yourself the story of why something won't work before you've given it a chance to succeed. We witness enough hardship to know the circumstances can change quickly. A storm can become sunshine. A drought can be a harvest. A closed door can be an open road. Life moves. This is one of the lessons these lands have always taught. People misunderstand abundance. They spend so much time looking for what is missing that they overlook what is present. They focus on what somebody else possesses. They count another person's blessing while ignoring their own. They convince themselves there is never enough opportunity or success. Yet the Creator built a world overflowing with possibility. Look around. Seeds become harvests, rivers keep flowing, and forests keep growing. Children become elders. One generation becomes another. Life constantly creates more life. People are so distracted that they lose sight of what has already been placed before them, and they absorb fear, rumors, and anything else. Then they wonder why they feel so burdened. Come back to yourself and your own life, and come back to what is directly in front of you. Come back to faith. Wisdom has always required discernment. People misunderstand rest, and they misunderstand acceptance. Some of you all are still fighting battles that ended years ago, still defending yourselves against people who no longer standing in front of you. Put the sword down. Nobody said forget. Nobody said to become naive. We said rest. There's a difference. Look at yourself honestly and look how far you have traveled. Look at what you learned and look what you have overcome. Then accept it and accept yourself. The real version of you, the human version, and the version standing in front of the mirror today. When people look back at this region, they often focus on only struggle. We understand why. The struggle was real, but struggle wasn't the only thing here. There was laughter, music, friendship, and their faith. There was imagination and beauty. There were people becoming themselves in ways both large and small, despite the circumstances surrounding them. That is what we want you to remember. Not what happened to us, but who we remained while it was happening. Ashe.
Late night rain on the window pane, purple shadows dancing in my brain. Candles burn while the world sleeps deep, and the quiet truths don't stay asleep. Soft lips talking through velvet smoke. Every word. Whoa. Hands no rhythm, my mind can't trace. Like I've been shaped by another place. There's a fire rooms I've never seen. Still something need me, remembers things. Hands no.
I see you. I
Remember, I carry you with me.
Morning, sister. The Lord bless you. And you too, dear. Children are growing strong.
Service gonna be long today. The spirit is moving. Long as we got each other, we endure.
Lord, we thank you for keeping us through this day. You set us under these trees far from the eyes that mean us harm, and you let our hearts breathe. Give us strength for tomorrow and hold our children in your mercy. Amen.
Lord, we come to you this evening beneath your trees, beneath your sky. Thank you for keeping us through the heat of the day. Give us strength for tomorrow. Make our chains light and our souls free. Let us walk in your mercy.
Morning, Liza. Water's cool today.
Thank you, Samuel. Set one by the beams, if you please.
Yes, ma'am.
You gather near full, Caleb?
He did good. Basket's near the spilling.
We'll have us a fine...
Keep that edge straight, Eli.
Yes, ma'am.
How's it looking?
Almost there. Another pass or two. Beans ready, little one?
Almost. Smells good over here.
Supper won't be long now.
Evening's coming quick. This bread is a blessing.
Here you are.
Smells good.
Stew's ready now.
Times are hard, but we're together.
Yes, and we have each other.
This cornbread is good, Ma.
We'll get through this. Together.
And the rabbit, he ran faster than the wind.
Really? Was he scared?
I bet he was fast.
He was. Now it's 2 greens from our own garden.
Long time ago, before this land had fences, the wind carried words like a river carries leaves. The fox, he heard those words, and he wanted to keep them all for himself. But the river...
Long before any change, Coyote tricked the moon so folk could walk by night. He stole a piece of its light, kept it in his pocket, and that's why we got fireflies, little sparks trying to fly home.
Long time ago, before these chains, before these fields, the river carried a song. And if you listen right, it would tell you which way to walk. That song belonged to a bird with feathers black as midnight, and I...
Pull it through steady, child. Let the thread slide before you tighten.
Like this?
Now set your stitch close to the last one.
Keep your hand under the cloth, make it meet the needle. She'll catch on quick.
I got it through. Well done. Tie it off neatly.
That wind got the cloth smelling like the wood.
It'll air out the dye, too. Sun brings a red right to life.
Look at that point you stitch. Sharp
Mama taught me to tug the thread just so.
Every pool got a
foot
story
lays
in.
on the bed, they'll feel all our
Remember
hands.
where we come from?
Stew's coming along nice. Smell that rosemary?
I do. Meat's near tender. Give it 2 more turns.
Bread's got a good crust on it. We'll have it with supper. Carrots going in now.
Thank you. Keep the pot slow. We got time.
Once that dough rises, I'll...
Hot bread just out the fire. Take some, Miss Lila.
Bless you, child. Smells fine.
Stir it slow so it don't stick.
I got it. Thick, just like we like it.
Slide it under, then pull it tight. Feel how it locks in?
Yes, sir.
Good. Pinch the pod here, twist, and let the peas fall. Easy, see?
Like that?
Just so, you're doing fine.
Morning light is rising high. Set her in gentle, baby boy. Roots like to feel safe.
Like this?
That's it. Now pat the earth around her. She'll grow strong if she knows she's cared for.
Same way our folks took care of us.
And their folks.
The records of the 19th century often document transactions, bills of sale, property records, inventories, financial accounts. Yet many of the most important things in a person's life never appear in those records. Love does not appear in ledgers. Memory does not appear in inventories. Faith does not appear in shipping manifests. Throughout Mobile and the surrounding region, people protected what they could. Stories were passed to children. Recipes traveled through generations. Spiritual traditions endured. Family histories survived through conversation long before they appeared in books.
I walk in rooms I've never seen. Still something need me, remembers things. Hands no rhythm, my mind can't trace. Like I've been shaped by another place. There's a fire in me I didn't light. Still it burns through every night. Call it memory, call it truth, but it don't feel new. They don't knock just arriving, every breath that keeps me alive. I'm not walking alone, I feel them.
Welcome to my oracle room. Let me tell you a story. For all of this,
She just glows, draws you in like midnight gold. Daily dose of tea, this ain't lust, it's legacy. Touch your heart, shift your frequency. In the love palace where soul ships realign. Let love dock right here.
Georgia, Georgia.
Yo, just pulled up to the Love Palace. Ain't no cap here, just facts and feels. D and Kel's on the mic, we talking ships, all kinds.
Palace, the spot where your soul can heal. We lift ships up, never tear them down.
Situationships with benefits.
Tap in, you boys. Where the love?
Where the love?
Is it him or is it us? He said,
What did I do?
now she looking right back like.
You know the truth, huh?
She looking right back like.
You know the truth.
No.
Thank you for traveling with me. I am Goddess D of Love, and make sure you subscribe to my channel on YouTube, TikTok, and IG.
This is the answer from the ancestors through me to you. Child, people often assume surrender happens all at once. They imagine a moment when a person simply gives up and lays everything down. But life rarely works that way. Most surrender happens piece by piece. A dream abandoned here, hope abandoned there, memory forgotten, promise broken. A part of yourself left behind because carrying it may become difficult.
welcome to
This
my
is what
oracle
people
room.
misunderstand
Let me tell you a
about
story.
endurance. The greatest battles are not always fought against the other person. It's often fought within the spirit inside of you. You ask us what we refuse to surrender. We refuse to surrender possibility. We live through seasons when every visible circumstance suggested limitation. Opportunities continued arriving. Sometime it came through a conversation, through a stranger. It arrived disguised as a coincidence. Sometimes it arrived through timing that seemed impossible to explain. We learn to recognize these moments because fortune rarely announces itself with trumpets. It arrives quiet. A door opens, a path appears, a meeting occurs, a choice presents itself. Many people overlook such moments because they appear ordinary, yet entire lives change because somebody recognized opportunity when it knocked. We also refuse to surrender hope. Every generation inherits warnings, hears predictions about what cannot be done. Every generation encounters voices eager to explain why failure is inevitable. Yet hope is not blindness. It is discipline. It's seeing the possibility while remaining honest about the reality. We learned that despair spreads easy. Cynicism spreads easy. But so does courage and vision and determination. Somebody must become the messenger of what remains possible. We refuse to surrender memory. There are moments when life circles back onto itself. You meet a person who feels familiar and you stand somewhere that feels known before you understand it at all. A feeling returns, lessons return, opportunity returns. The spirit remembers things the mind cannot always explain. Many become so consumed by running after things that they lose contact with their own hearts. We've learned that remembering who you are matters just as much as deciding where you are going. We refuse to surrender our grief. Many people spend their lives running from loss. Yet grief honored becomes wisdom. Every ending teaches something and every departure leaves something behind. We learned that healing begins when truth is allowed to sit at the table. We refuse to surrender wonder. When you stand beneath the night sky, you begin to understand how little of existence you truly see. Possibility extends far beyond what appears immediately before you. The future often begins as something imagined before it becomes something lived. What you envision today may become the reality someone else inherits tomorrow. We refuse to surrender growth. There comes a time when old responses no longer serve. Transformation asks something uncomfortable of every person. It asks them to become willing to respond differently, to wait when they once rushed, to observe when they once reacted, and to choose wisely rather than quickly. Change begins there. We refuse to surrender the hidden parts of ourselves. Everybody carries something that they would rather conceal. Whether it's regret, shame, fear, the parts of ourselves that we reject become the very parts that need healing. We discovered that compassion begins at home. Before you embrace somebody else, you must first make peace with the person living inside of your own skin. And finally, we refuse to surrender our commitments. Every generation is given opportunities to build something bigger than itself. Every generation must decide what promises deserve renewal and what agreement must be released. Commitment requires honesty, integrity, and understanding. We learn to read the fine print of both life and spirit carefully. So when you ask what we refuse to surrender, understand that it was never only one thing. We refuse to surrender possibility, hope, memory, healing, growth, purpose. We refuse to surrender one another. And because we refuse, part of us stands here speaking to you now. Ashe.
Late night rain on the window pane, purple shadows dancing in my brain. Candles burn while the world sleeps deep, and the quiet truths don't stay asleep. Soft lips talking through velvet smoke. Every word. In every doubt, in every tear, they left their footsteps in my soul. Now I'm following what I don't know.
Mobile in 1830, the ancestors are carrying memories from Africa, traditions, languages, customs, songs, beliefs, and family histories. Those memories travel through generations.
Fields look different out here. Quieter.
Ain't no city noise, just wind and birds. You can almost think it's free land.
Almost.
As the sun lowers, the land remembers. With every step they rise. Not as shadows, but as they once were. Mothers, fathers, children, walking this ground they dreamed would be free. The wind kept.
Morning, friend.
Morning, sir.
Safe travels to you.
And to you.
Now, y'all listen close. Long time ago, before this land had fences, rabbit was the quickest thing in the woods.
Quicker than fox?
Quicker than anybody. But he let that pride
You see that bend in the river? That's where our people first stepped off the boat. They stood here, looked out at this same water, and dreamed of something better.
They didn't give up?
Not once. They held tight to what they could. Songs, stories, a little...
Along these quiet roads, the fields meet the woods, and the river waits beyond. People walk the paths between their homes, oak trees marking the way.
I think the world ends where that river bends. But we know better. Beyond it, there's tomorrow. And one day, our children will walk there free.
The river held their footsteps, even when the world refused to. Here, in its moving mirror, I hear the echo of names not written down. Their labor built these docks, these streets, these homes.
Every step I take, the ground remembers. It carries the weight of those who walk before me and the hope of those yet to come. I walk with them. They walk with me.
Standing in Mobile in 1830, nobody can yet see every chapter waiting ahead. The story of the Clotilda remains decades in the future. Africatown does not yet exist, yet the foundations of those future stories are already present. People are carrying memories from Africa. They are carrying traditions, languages, customs, songs, beliefs, and family histories. Those memories travel through generations. Long before Africatown is established, the determination to remember already exists.
Joy's got a ghost behind every dream ain't fully mine. I am the voice they couldn't be. Now they echo through me.
Welcome to my oracle room. Let me tell you a story.
Essential, let the magic flow. Bath and spray, a gentle start. Body butter, woman, every part. Crystals hum, charms and light, smoking her.
Welcome to Shimaka Essentials.
Shimaka Essentials, my heart's contented. Shimaka.
This is a warming, circulation-focused blend. Infuse ingredients together with a preferred infusion method of choice. Strain and you are left with just the oil. Add beeswax to create dissolve. This and other salges with My Schvizzavelopy Touch and Shine.
Shimaka application method. Always apply with clean hands. Use a small fingertip amount and massage into skin until fully absorbed. Apply 2 to 3 times daily as needed unless otherwise noted. For deeper penetration, apply after a hot shower or bath. Areas to target. Localized pain, apply directly to the area. Emotional or spiritual support, apply to heart center, wrists, temples, behind ears, or soles of feet. Energetic healing, pair with ritual, breathwork, or prayer for amplified effect. Your skin and your spirit.
Essentials, my heart's contented. Shimaka Essentials, house of blessings on me. Spray, so glow, feel the magic pressing. Shimaka Essentials.
This is the answer to the question from the ancestors through me to you. Child, people think joy disappears during hard seasons. They imagine that once life becomes difficult, laughter must leave it. But that was never true. Even in darkest periods, people still found reasons to smile, flirt, tease one another, dance, sing, laugh too loud, and create moments that reminded them they were still alive. This is one thing many misunderstand about the spirit. The spirit was never built only to endure pain. It was also built to seek beauty. We learn quickly that if you allow hardships to become your entire personality, eventually you will forget yourself. You'll forget wonder, curiosity, and how to play. Some people become so consumed with responsibilities, disappointment, routines, and surviving expectations that they grow distant from their joy. They become strangers to themselves. That is why the spirit keeps calling back people toward the light, toward humor and small moments that make life feel human again. Sometimes healing begins with the moment a person remembers how to laugh honestly again. We also learn the importance of roots. A tree that forgets its roots cannot survive the storm. Many people want transformation without grounding. They want discipline, expansion, without understanding who they are. But growth requires both flexibility and stability. Life changes constantly, situations change, doors open, roads close. If you know yourself, if you understand your values, your boundaries, your integrity, then you can bend without breaking. The world will constantly test what you are willing to tolerate. It will test how far you're willing to compromise yourself for acceptance, but knowing your roots keeps you from becoming lost while you grow. We learn to study the lay of the land before moving forward. Every generation believes it's discovering life for the first time. Yet, wisdom already exists all around you. Somebody has walked the road before you. Somebody has already made the mistake that you make. Somebody had already learned the lesson you are struggling to understand. Pride makes people ignore guidance. Ego convinces people they need no map. But humility allows a person to listen. That is why elders matter. That is why stories matter. That is why memory matters. Wisdom shortens suffering when people are willing to receive it. We also learned that every person carries a hidden parts of themselves, parts they reject, they feel ashamed of, they bury so deep that they don't no longer recognize who they are. Yet, what you reject within yourself does not disappear, it waits. Sometimes it appears as envy, sometimes anger or fear, or loneliness disguised as bitterness. Many spend their lives trying to outrun themselves instead of learning how to love the wounded pieces within. But healing begins when a person stops treating their own spirit like the enemy. The abandoned parts of you are still asking to be seen. They are still asking for compassion. We learn that balance is not perfection. People exhaust themselves trying to hold every part of their life together at the same time. Family, work, relationships, expectations, responsibilities, public image, constant information, constant noise, pressure. Eventually, people begin treating life like a performance instead of an experience. But life was never meant to be managed with clenched fists. Sometimes you must loosen your grip. You have to stop trying to control every outcome, and you must learn how to move with life instead of fighting against every current that appears. There is wisdom in allowing yourself to breathe while carrying responsibility. And finally, we learn how to stand between worlds. Every generation experiences transition. One season ending while another was not fully arrived. One identity fading while another begins forming. That space between old and new confuses many people because they want certainty. They want guarantees and clear definitions. But transformation rarely announces itself cleanly. Often you must keep walking before you fully understand who you are becoming. We learn not to fear reinvention. We learn not to explain every evolution to people committed to remembering an older version of us. Some changes must happen quietly. Some growth must remain unseen until it's fully formed. So understand this clearly. Joy is not a weakness. Playfulness is not foolishness. Reinvention is not betrayal. Growth is not abandoning yourself. The spirit continues unfolding throughout a lifetime. And the people who learn how to remain rooted will still allow themselves to evolve, become difficult for the world to break. That is the answer from the ancestors through me to you. Ashe.
She don't chase, she conjures, speaks in stars, walks in thunder, got moonlight in her bones, burning sage while she moans. She got oils on her dress, truth in her tongue. A yes is a blessing and no makes you run. She don't sugarcoat spells, don't whisper soft lies. She'll read you to filth and kiss between sides.
Hey family, it's me. Glasses on and glasses off. However you know me, I'm honored to be the face behind the Blended Healing Realms podcast. Every week we talk wellness, energy, and real life steps to grow through what we go through. Pull up a chair, grab some tea, and if you want to keep this energy going, hit that subscribe button on YouTube. You can also find me on Instagram and TikTok at Chamaka Essentials. Same vibe, more ways to connect. I'll see you there.
Blacker than I ever been, despite the lies and fine print behind the devil's grin. See, I was told our skin was sin, they told me this was punishment. But I feel like I'm sunning the mitochondrial evidence of a victim. I took each affliction as character building. We don't got to venerate my righteous mouth, restore it in black.
Through me.
The river keeps moving, carrying the sun with it. Every mile it pulls me farther from what was and closer to what might be. I walk with what I cannot leave behind, but the water shows me there is more ahead than sorrow.
Settles over Fort Condé. The stones hold the day's heat, giving it back in fading breaths of gold. Flags stir in the breeze, and the harbor beyond takes on the colors of the sky. Here, in 1830, the fort watches over me.
Line secured! Ship will hold till morning! Lanterns lit on the pier. Let's finish up. Aye, tide's turning soon.
Evening breeze feels good.
The tide carries stories. Some of them leave, some of them return. I stand here between what was taken and what waits ahead, and I let the wind remind me that the world is still moving, and so am I.
In 1830, Fort Condé guarded the port of Mobile, a crossroads between rivers and the Gulf. From these walls, the town stretched to the water, its schooners, warehouses, and the labor of the enslaved.
As the sun lowers over Mobile Bay, the harbor grows quieter. The ships remain, the water remains, the roads leading inland remain. Yet after listening to the ancestors, the city looks different. What at first appeared to be a story about trade and growth becomes a story about people. Mobile is not simply a port. It is a meeting place of journeys, struggles, ambitions, losses, and survival. It is where Alabama opens its door to us.
Cycles spinning like deja vu, living a story I never knew. There's strength in me I never trained, love in my heart that survived the pain. Every scar got...
Welcome to my oracle room. Let me tell you a story.
Feel dry. Feel the pulse beneath your feet, and breath of reflection. Every step a choice. Welcome to your frequency of the soul. Every heartbeat, synchronized frequency of the soul. Blended healing realms. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Healing is work. Shadows arise. You must not shirk. Real talk, no fluff. Step in the light. Integration is God, where transformation is might. Move with intention, stay rooted, stand tall. The path is the long, but we answer the call. Wisdom in rhythm, truthing the sound. Centered in self, feet on the ground.
This is the answer from the ancestors, from them through me to you. Child, one thing we need you to carry forward is the understanding that you were never meant to walk this road alone. Somewhere along the line, many people became convinced that strength meant isolation. They've learned to hide their struggles, carry every burden privately, and distrust help even when help was standing directly in front of them. But community has always been a part of survival. Long before institutions existed, people survived because somebody shared food, shared a warning, shared wisdom, shared shelter, and shared hope. Even now, there are moments when life places people along your path specifically so you can lean on one another. There is no shame in needing assistance. There is no weakness in being supported. The Spirit has never designed to exist disconnected from everybody else. You must remember that. We also need you to understand timing. Many of you spend years praying for opportunities, but when the opportunities come, fear convinces you to hesitate. The ancestors are saying the season of preparation eventually becomes a season of action. There comes a point when you must cast your net instead of endlessly studying the water. Some of you already know what you need to do next. You have delayed it because uncertainty feels safer than movement. But understand this clearly. Opportunities do not remain waiting forever. Some moments require courage before comfort arrives. Yet at the same time, discernment matters. Every open door is not your door. Every invitation is not safe. Some situations tighten around people slowly until escape becomes difficult. That is why wisdom matters as much as ambition. We also need you to carry the willingness to walk unfamiliar roads. Too many people continue traveling paths that already know they lead to nowhere because predictability feels comfortable. Yet growth rarely waits at the end of familiar routines. Sometimes the Spirit calls people towards something unproven, uncertain, unconventional, even strange. That does not mean recklessness. It means understanding that transformation often requires leaving behind the identities, patterns, and expectations that once defined you. There are journeys you cannot explain to everybody while you are still walking them. Some things must develop quietly before the world understands them. The ancestors also want you to understand choice. Life will continue placing options before you. Relationships, careers, opportunities, beliefs, environments. Some choices nourish you, some drain you. Some repeat old cycles disguised as new beginnings. Many people continue choosing what hurts them simply because it feels familiar. But wisdom is learning to stop returning to the same table expecting a different meal. There is abundance available to you, but abundance means nothing if you continue selecting what leaves your spirit hungry. We need you to stop becoming addicted to problems. Some people spend so much time trying to repair broken situations that they forget how to move forward. They become emotionally attached to struggle itself. They keep circling the same disappointment and conflict or wound, believing constant analysis will somehow create peace. But rivers do not heal by standing still. Rivers heal through movement. The Spirit keeps urging many of you to release what you can no longer control and continue traveling forward. Some things are not asking to be fixed. Some things are asking to be released. We also want you to trust your inner compass again. Many people have lost themselves trying to become acceptable to others. They study personalities, influencers, leaders, trends, relationships, public approval, trying to figure out who they should become. But your spirit already carries direction within it. Intuition speaks constantly. Through fear and outside opinions often drown it out. Some of you already know what feels wrong. You already know what drains your spirit and what no longer fits your life. Yet you hesitate because you want permission from others before trusting yourself. The ancestors are saying your path was never supposed to be a copy of somebody else's. We also need you to think carefully about what you're building for the future. Wealth alone means nothing if it leaves behind no wisdom, no healing, protection, community, guidance for those coming after you. True riches are only material. They are emotional, spiritual, cultural, generational. What are you planting right now that will outlive you? What values are you carrying forward? What habits are you teaching? What wounds are you healing so they stop repeating through the bloodline? Legacy is not what people say about you after death. It is what continues living because you were here. And finally, we need you to clean your house. Not your physical space, but your emotional space, your relationships, communication, habits, boundaries, environments. Some of you are carrying confusion because too much disorder surrounds you. Some relationships continue only because nobody wants to acknowledge the truth. Some situations continue because people fear uncomfortable conversations, but clarity creates movement. Honesty creates movement. Integrity creates movement. Sometimes your spirit cannot hear direction because there's too much noise is occupying the room. So before you continue deeper into Alabama, deeper into history, into yourselves, carry this with you. Community matters, timing matters, discernment, movement, intuition matters, integrity matters. The road ahead will continue revealing difficult truths, but it will also reveal resilience, wisdom, memory, and the power people carried, even in impossible connections. This is the answer from the ancestors, from them, through me, to you, Ashe.
Late night rain on the window pane, purple shadows dancing in my brain. Candles burn while the world sleeps deep, and the quiet truths don't stay asleep. Soft lips talking through velvet smoke. Every word.
Next stop is Montgomery, Alabama, circa 1840.
Every truth got
By 1840, Montgomery is becoming one of the most important cities in Alabama. Montgomery stretches into the heart of the Black Belt.
To the one who carried the blood, the memory, and the light, thank you for giving me life, love, and the legacy I now walk in. Your strength lives in every ritual, every word, every flame I light. I love you, always. Holy and sacred one, I come before you as a child of the root and the wad. Guide me through shadow to the dawn of remembrance. May I walk forward with the courage of all who came before me, and may their light remain in my breath, in my song, in my becoming. Let the memory of their footsteps steady mine. Let the fire they carried illuminate the path yet unknown.
It burns through every night. Call it memory.